Yo, what's up, man? It's the Fly Roadside guy checking in one time for the one. You know how we do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make this video quick and short. It's really about budgeting, and you know, just making sure that you are aware of how you're getting paid in the dump truck business and knowing how you need to manage your money. Because I'm just going to give you a quick example. This prior week, I worked 5 days this week and generated about $4,000 of income, right? Now, when you get paid in the dump truck business, sometimes you got to bounce around from a contractor to a broker to a contractor. You might have a side job here and there, but typically, some people pay 30-day net once a week. You might get a daily job that pays daily. But I say all that to say, so for example, this week I made $4,000, right? The first 3 days, I worked with one contractor, and that contractor pays weekly, and I made about $2,000 with that contractor. And then the next 2 days, I worked with a completely separate company and contractor, and I generated another $2,000 in those 2 days. But the thing about that is that that company doesn't pay until 30 days out. So with that being said, yes, you can make $4,000 this week, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 or more, but ultimately you have to know when those contractors are going to pay out. So just because I made $4,000 this week doesn't mean I'm going to get $4,000 next week or $4,000 in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So budgeting and planning is definitely something important and something that you have to consider when you're in the dump truck business, because unless you're just only contracted or working primarily with one contractor or one broker or whatever you choose, then your payments and your pay schedule might primarily be consistent. But in the dump truck business, when the insurance is high, if you have a truck note, you got to pay on your truck note. Sometimes work is not always consistent. The weather's going to play a part. So with those factors, dump truckers and truckers in the dump truck industry, sometimes we have to bounce around and go from, one contractor, because they might be slow, and jump on with another company or contractor who may have work, or you might have to work at a quarry, just to supplement your income and your downtime. So I say all that to say, make sure you budgeting your money and knowing your payment schedules when those settlements will settle. And that way you can manage your money and budget your business and decide on how you want to operate, maneuver, scale, and things of that magnitude. Like I said, I'm not going to make this video long, but ultimately, you got to pay attention to your pay schedule, and you got to be a good budgeter when it comes to anybody looking to get started or entering the dump truck business. If you want some more information, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's a Fly Roadside guy. I'm out.
Them tune out, man. You been living up.